Multiples and squares. From your learner's book, page 2021. What we mean about squares? Squares are the square numbers we are going to be introduced right now. The multiples, I guess I mentioned this word before. What are the multiples? Let's revise. Such as, let's find the multiples of 2. What are multiples of 2? Multiples of 2. That means the timetable of 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 8, 10, 12, and go on. Those are the multiples of 2. As you can see and remember, all the multiples of 2 are even numbers. Okay? All the multiples of 2 are even numbers. How about multiples of 10? Multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40, and go on. As you can see, all the multiples of 10 in the ones digit, all of them, they have a 0 in it. So let's take 290. As long as the 0 is in the ones place, it is a multiple of 10. So those are multiples of 2, multiples of 10. Sometimes I can ask you a question. Is 90 multiple of 3? How we can find out whether the 90 is a multiple of 3? You can use it. You can find it using the long division. I'm going to do it here on this side. Using the long division, 90 divided by 3. Multiples of 3 are 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 6, 9, 12. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's 9. 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. 0. Okay, so since there is no remainder, since there is no remainder, the remainder is 0, that means yes, 90 is multiple of 3. So if you got any question, if that number is a multiple of a certain number, such as, let's say, is 250 multiple of 5? Yes, because we know all the multiples of 5, they have 0 or 5 in the ones place. As long as this one has 0 in the ones place, that means 250 is multiple of 5. The next new concept, which is the square numbers. What are square numbers? Square numbers, the first thing when you hear the word square numbers, that means numbers that can make a square. Let me give you a simple example, such as 2 times 3. Do you remember the arrays? 2 times 3, that means 2 threes. That means here's 3. 2 times, that means 3 columns, 2 rows. Look at this shape. It shapes like a rectangle. So the answer 6 is not a square number. What is a square number? Square number, it has the number of columns is going to be the same number of rows. In this case, it doesn't apply. So let's try 4 times 4. That means 16. 4 columns or 4 rows, 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to keep almost the same distance if you can. Okay, so here is 4 columns with 4 rows. Look at this shape. it is a square. Sorry. So this is a square. Another example, 2 times 2 equals 4. That means 2 rows with 2 columns. Look at the shape. It is a square. What can you see from the square numbers? 4 times itself. 2 times itself. So the square numbers are the numbers multiplied by each other, such as 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, and so on. So 1, 4, 9, 16, let's go on. 5 times 5, 6 times 6, 7 times 7, 8 times 8, 9 times 9, 10 times 10, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. Okay, so the numbers, those numbers that I have highlighted, those are the square numbers. So square numbers, it's a number times itself. Not a number times itself, it's the answer of a number times itself. Those are the square numbers up to 100. Okay, we are going to play with these numbers. Open your learner's book, page number 20, and let's do the questions. Okay, these patterns and dots show the first 4 square numbers. This one, 1 row, 1 column, 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 3 equals 9. 4 times 4 equals 16. So what do you have to do? Draw the dot pattern for the 5th square number. That means 5 times 5. That means 5 times. Keep the same distance. Okay? So here it is, 5 times 5. 5 rows with 5 columns. Okay, look at these numbers. Write down the numbers which are multiples of 6. That means the timetable of 6, or sometimes you can find a larger number and we have to test it using what? The long division. Okay, multiples of 6? No. 24? No. 30? Yes. No, because I know already. 64? No, because it's above 60 by 4. It has to be 66, so it can be divisible by 6. 7, no. 16, no. 90, I will stop at this one. Let's figure the rest. 36. I'm going to try the 90 here. Using what? Long division, because it's an even number. It might be divisible by 6 or 90. In other words, it's a multiple of 6 divided by 6. How many 6s in 9? There's only 1. 1 times 6. Subtract 0. 30. How many 6s? 5 minus 30 equals 0, 0. As long as the remainder is 0, that means 90 is multiple of 6. Are you writing these notes, guys? Okay. Multiples of 7. We know the timetable of 7. 14. 24 is not. 9 is not. 35. 30 is not. 100 is not. 64 is not. 7. 16 is not. 90 is not. 21. 25, no. 35, no. Square numbers. I'm going to go back to my list. Okay. Square numbers. This is not a square. Not a square. 9 is a square number. 35 is not. 30 is not. 100, yes. Because it's 10 times 10. 64 because it's 8 times 8. Okay, guys. What else? 90 is not, 21 is not, 25. And the last thing is 36. 25, it's 5 times 5. 36, it's 6 times 6. Okay, so those are the answers. Take a while until you write down these notes on your book. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. You can pause my video at any time so you can figure out how to solve the questions, and you can write down your notes. Okay, the next question, question number 3, page number 20. Okay, copy the sorting diagram, write a number between 50 and 100. So the numbers must be between the 50 and the 100 in each space. And since there are square numbers, I'm going to use my list of square numbers again. I'm going to put it right here. Okay? Now, I need a square number that's more than 50, less than 100, and it's an even. So I'm going to go above 50. So I'm not going to use 49. I'm going to do 4 above. And must be a square number and even at the same time. So you have two choices. This is an odd number. So I can get 64 or 100. Both of these answers are correct. 64. Oh, this one is too light. So I have 64 and 100. Okay, not an even number. And the same time is a square number. Okay, I'm going to hide these. So, not an even and a square. Even, odd. Not even number, that means by an odd number, guys. So, it's going to be 81. Okay, not a square number and an even. So, it's going to be any number above 50. Okay, or 50 because it's between one. And an even, but not square. Let's take 50 itself. Somebody can say 62. Both of them are correct. Not an even number, an odd number, and not a square. I'm going to take 51. Somebody says 55. Answers may vary here, okay? You can pick or choose anything you want. Okay, guys? But it must be 50 and above. Okay, guys? Done? Let's move. If you want to go or say something, between 50 and 100, and we can't pick 50 or 100, so let's say this one can be out of the question, this one can be out of the question. I guess you can pick them or not. It's not that important, but the important thing is to realize what are square numbers and that are above 50 and what are not square, even though if they are even or odd. This is the idea of the question, okay? Next, question number 4. We have to use these digits 1, 2, and 5, and 7. 1, 2, 5, 7. To complete these statements, you can use each digit as many times as you like. So I can use them more than once. Yeah, 4 digits and 6 missing digits. Yeah, definitely we can use it more than once. Okay, we want a multiple of 3. There's many choices, guys. Somebody can make it as simple as, I'm going to pick another number, such as 12. 12 is multiple of 3. What else? We have 1 and 5. 15 is multiple of 3. And 27. It's multiple of 3. Those three answers are correct. Multiple of 9. Okay? There's two choices, guys. Okay? We have 27. Do you know what's the other one? If you flip them, it will work. Because this is 8 times 9 and this is 3 times 9. Okay, it's a square number. Oh God, let's go to our list. Here is square numbers. Okay, and they have to have one of these, two of these digits. I'm gonna give you a minute until you figure out. Okay, closer. Yes, it is 25. Good job, guys. Okay. This sequence shows multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Will 114 be in this sequence? Explain. So, all of us we know, because I explained it before, by using what? Long division. 114 divided by 4. Multiples of 4, guys. Eight, 12, 16, 20. Okay? I guess we're gonna need more. Now, 0, 1, 0, 11, it's here. Take down the 4. I guess I have to complete. It will come in between 7 times 4 is 28. 8 times 4 is 32. Right? So it is 34 is down here below. 8 minus 32 equals 2. There is a remainder. So, will 114 be in the sequence? No. There is a remainder, but explain how you know by using the long division, and there is a remainder. That means it's not a multiple of 4. Okay? This is how you explain. Now the next question, question number 6, is a very nice game. Okay, we are going to manipulate with the square numbers. I'm going to keep my square numbers here. Find 2 square numbers to make each of these calculations correct. Some of them has more than one answer. Okay, 10. As long as it's 10, that means we need some of these small numbers added together to give us 10. I can pick 1 and 9. So, here's 1. 9 is a square number. 1 is a square number. Add them together will give you 10. Okay, 40. The key to know such these answers is to look around the number 40. 40 lays here. There is 36. How much I have to add 36 to get 40, which is 4. So, 4 is a square. 36 is a square number too, so 4. And 36. We got it. Now 80. We have to look at larger numbers this time. Okay? I'm going to give you a second. Okay? 80. I'm going to look maybe in this area. 80. 64 plus what will give you 80? 4 needs another 6. So it must be a number that starts with 6. Those numbers can't be added to each other because it's going to be the number is going to be, the sum is going to be more than 80. So, I'm going to pick another number that starts with 6, which is 16. So, 16 plus 64 will give you 80. Next, let's move on. I guess I gave you a hint about 100. Think, guys. 64 and 36. Okay, next 20. Smaller numbers. Less than 25. Let's look at 16. How much is left to reach the 20? 4. So 4 plus 16, guys. Easy. 50. This is such an easy one. What is around 50? 49. How much is left? 1. So 1 plus 49. 90. Less than 90. Okay, here's 81. How much is left? 9. So I'm going to pick 81 and 9. Easy, as simple as that. As long as you are going to have your list of the square numbers, it's going to be easier for you to pick these numbers. Okay. Last question. It's question number 7. Those are some riddles. Solve these number riddles. The number is a square number. Again, let's keep our square number here and look at them. Okay. The number is a square. That means one of these numbers. A multiple of 3. Hi, multiple of 3. This is multiple of 3. What else? And less than 25. So I have to look less than 25. What is that number? It is 9. Easy. Next. The number is a square number, an even, and the single digit number. That means it has only one digit. Square, even, and single. 4. Easy. Can it be easier than that? So it is 4. A number, a 2-digit number less than 30. Okay. Those are not included. I'm going to cover you up. Okay. A 2-digit number less than 30, multiple of 4, multiple of 5. So it has no relation with the square numbers. They didn't say there is a condition of having a square number. So, square number you can go. Okay, let's think this again. Multiple of 4 and multiple of 5. Guys, there's a very simple idea. Is to multiply these numbers together. Right? So, 20. Is 20 less than 30? Yes. Multiple of 4? Yes. Multiple of 5? Yes. So this one is done. Have a nice day, guys.